Well, hello, my babies. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Spiritual Tea Time with Reverend Patience, sponsored by the one and only Indigo Psychics, who I am very proud to be a part of. And remember, my babies, if you want a session with me, hit the link down below to the Indigo Psychics. And the number is 1-888-201-3925. And my extension is quadruple eight. That's 8888. Make sure, first time callers, don't forget, you get your first 5 minutes free. So make sure, hit me up if you need them sessions. And as you know, here in Spiritual Tea Time, we talk about everything that's spiritual, and that's including the paranormal. Because I myself am a teacher of the paranormal. I help people through my ministry with different teams so they can deal with the situations that they're going into, both respectively from an intellectual level and a spiritual level. Because there's so many people and foolishness going on because they see it on TV. And they think it's so exciting and everything that they can just run into these places and, oh, let me catch this on the camera, not knowing that they're stirring up some demonic shit because they don't realize what they're messing with because they're not spiritually prepared. And luckily, I have a couple of my girls who I have been able to mentor over the years and have been there for. These are my babies, and they are a part of the one wonderful team called Crossed Creeks Paranormal. Miss April and Heather. Let me pop my babies in here. How you doing, girls?
Hello, hello.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I am so honored to have you on the show and everything. I am so proud of you. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mama Voodoo in Vegas says blessings. My sisters, Mama Voodoo. Yay.
Oh, hello, hello.
Vegas in the house.
Thank
We're
you.
sisters. I can't wait to have you girls. Remember, um, got to do a quick shout out because of Mama Voodoo and everything. She is a proud member of the Wolf Sugar Hexenbrut Las Vegas chapter, and they have been doing their dance numbers and everything for various covens and their celebrations, and hopefully I can sweet talk them to do a live celebration for Samhain, excuse me, Halloween, Dios los Muertos, that lovely time of the ancestors. And I would, oh, it would be so awesome if we could have them live on the show. Oh, and her sister, Lady TA, says hello too as well. Thank you, ladies, for joining in. I love it when the elders are watching. It's such an honor. I'm so humbled. Thank you, girls, for being able to be on the show. I want, oh, tell me, what has it been like for you guys being, an all girl team in the paranormal field?
So our team is actually really unique. Heather and I were both military, and that means, unfortunately, that we travel around quite a bit. We've both moved more times than we can count, I'm sure, on both
Oh, I
hands.
bet.
And so that comes with its own set of challenges for us. So the really unique part about Cross Creeks is that team, we're a disparate team. So we have people from all over the place. We have people in Virginia, we have people in Montana, we have people in Texas, we have people in California, we have people in Georgia now. We have people all over the place. And we are lucky to be all female. It just kind of shook out that way. I think that my personal perspective on it is that women are natural nurturers, and that we are not generally women, in my opinion, getting into trouble here, but generally women, in my opinion, are more connected to spirit. Um,
Yes.
so for all of us to be together, and Maryland too, we got Maryland too. For all of us to be together, it becomes this great harmonious thing, this sisterhood of fellow investigators with the sole purpose to, number one, find out what's out there and answer our own personal questions, but number two, also to help people as much as we possibly can. So that's kind of what Cross Creeks was started out to be, and that's what we have ended up being. And it's wonderful. Heather, how's your experience been? She's kind of new to the team a little bit. I mean, it's been what, 3 years?
Yeah,
I guess it's still new.
yeah, it's still new. I definitely jumped out of the box very quickly, joining the team with April, getting our feet wet in some of the different haunted spots around Texas. Um, and I was a real skeptic until we stayed at the Magnolia Inn in Seguin. And
Mm.
that was an experience. And that made me a believer that, oh my God, this isn't just in my head. This actually happened.
Yeah, that used to be kind of our almost our headquarters for everything. We used to do a lot of stuff out of there. I mean, it helped that Heather and I both lived in New Braunfels, which is only about 15, 20 minutes away. So whenever we had a spare weekend, we would head over there. The historian that is a caretaker over that place is fantastic. Her name's Erin. She's wonderful. So if you ever get a chance to go and visit the Magnolia Hotel, or the Murder Hotel as it's known, and on Ghost Adventures and Ghost Brothers and all the other shows, absolutely take it. It's incredibly active. That's a great proving ground for people that want to dip their toes into the paranormal and don't quite have enough experience and don't know how to go about it. It's a really great way to do it. Huge shout out to them, Magnolia
Oh,
Hotel.
yeah.
Oh
There's
yeah.
also, she wrote two books about
Mhm.
being haunted in New Braunfels and then about the Magnolia Inn. So if you're curious, those are available too.
What's
I've
what?
read them, they are fantastic.
Mama Ka says, come to Nevada. It's a hotbed. And yeah,
Oh
honey.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my
I'll be in
gosh.
Vegas in Christmas. You tell me where to go.
Okay. Exactly. Exactly. Definitely. Look up Mama Ka. It's Ka and then Dano. Sudano.
Oh
She's known as
yes.
Mama Voodoo.
Well, now I got to go too. So listen, we're doing Christmas in Vegas this year.
Christmas in Vegas.
All right. Done and done.
She'll give you this the good hookup and everything. Yeah, definitely get in contact with her and her. I know her and Lady TA and the ladies there. You oh my gosh, like I said, Wolfshagger. She like I said, her and Lady TA are a part of it. They are a group of beautiful souls, and trust me, they will show you a great
Oh,
time
I
to.
love it. I love it. That's fantastic.
She said, "Oh yeah, especially the gold mine, and also doing like Carson City and everything."
Oh yeah, we're big travelers. We're getting ready to take our second annual girls trip.
Yep.
We're gonna head up Pennsylvania,
Yep.
Northern Virginia,
To a
Mm,
certain extent.
to a
Yep.
certain extent. Yeah.
Eastern
Um,
State Penitentiary. We might even check out the Jersey Devil a little bit, and the Pinelands, and we've got several things. The Mutter Museum is up there. Heather has a friend up there that just so happens to have a really old haunted house, and we definitely want to go hang out with him a little bit.
oh
he
yeah.
claimed it was not haunted, and then after he had unpacked and been there for a few nights, he texted me and was like, "There are some weird noises in here." So,
Not
so I'm really
quite,
excited to take my equipment there for sure.
not quite settling. Yeah, I mean it's a super old house. It was built in what, the late 1800s.
Hmm.
Yep.
When you ladies get prepared to go into a new location and everything, what are all the ways that you guys, both on the physical, like you don't do your research, but also on the spiritual level to prepare you, especially if you know the place has a nasty history? How do you guys prepare yourselves for those new adventures?
I think so. Me personally, my thing is, I take a very reverent patience approach to things. So my very first thing that I'm going to do is I need to manifest for myself, and that means it starts with my confidence level. I need to basically go in somewhere with the attitude that there's no reason for me to be afraid of the woods or the dark or the forest or whatever, because I'm the baddest thing in that place. And I have found that to be true no matter where. And I know people are always like, oh, well, you never know. There'll be this and that. And, I've encountered this and that. And it's not a problem. So first thing first is going in with the right attitude, making sure that you find your confidence within yourself. If you have faith, that's fantastic. Personally, I'm pagan, so I'm going to reach out to some of my deities and make sure that I've got my safety in mind with that. But otherwise, if you have faith and you're going to a location, you obviously want to ploy to that, and then grounding, shielding, warding, those kinds of things. If you have jewelry or something, or hell, it could be a sock that has a particular meaning to you, or maybe red is your power color, then maybe you need to put on red and black socks. And that, if that corresponds to something that resonates within you, it's all completely personal, and that's what you need to do. If a cross that's been blessed is the thing that's going to make you feel better, then absolutely do that. So I think there's many paths to protection
Amen.
and preparation.
Oh yeah.
I strongly believe in that and everything. And Miss Heather, what do you do for yourself? How do you prepare yourself when you're going to a new location?
So, since ever since I started, right? Because I kind of started with not a lot of knowledge of like what to do or what shielding is. I mean, you actually taught me what shielding was before one of our, like, it was like my second hunt. And we talked about like kind of doing that whole like imagine like a white light coming over you, use Florida water when you shower, and just basically calm down and prepare. And then, of course, I like when we talk about bringing your deities, whatever you believe in, kind of together to shield you and protect you. So, kind of like we were talking about jewelry, my grandmother passed a few years ago, and I got her cross. So I wear her cross every time I go ghost hunting.
Yep, ancestors definitely
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
be
Oh yeah.
understated.
Oh yeah. Amen on that one.
Calling them around you, that can't be understated.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why when I see these people going through and being so disrespectful and nonchalant to the spirit world because they just want to, look at me, I'm on TV
Yeah.
attitude. And then they stir up a bunch of shit, and then they wonder why, they got to call on someone like me to clean up the mess and everything because they don't realize what they done brought home with their ass because they, didn't go in properly prepared. At least, Heather had you had April to help guide you and everything,
Hmm.
but I'm talking about you all seen it and everything, and it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
and I'm glad that we have people like y'all and out there showing that girl power, honey, showing that how to do things both
Yeah.
from the scientific but also from the spiritual in a very respectful way and everything, so that not only are you exploring for to answer your own questions but also help answer other people's questions, like, yes, this is really real, this is really happening, people. So guess what, you need to wake up and realize every day you got to do your personal spiritual work of protection, because everywhere, not just us,
100%.
going into a
Mhm.
certain location and everything, everywhere. People don't realize, they think it's only in those certain locations. People need to recognize that the spirit world is all around us.
Oh yeah.
All the time.
It's that dimension and our dimension are intertwined and everything everywhere you go. And that's why you got to constantly, especially if you're going to be doing this type of work, making sure on the daily you take advantage of your aromatherapy, of your body washes, of your laundry detergents, your household stuff and everything, so you can keep
Mhm.
your home your safe haven. So when you come home from those places, make sure you cannot be complacent, people. You got to make sure that you are doing that, as I say, the good of spiritual defunking and everything, either in a shower or a spiritual bath, according to whatever your traditions are and stuff. But you got to put in that work to make sure you keep up that protection and
Absolutely.
everything.
I think there's something that you taught me that I think has been so key to my evolution, my spiritual evolution, has been that you asked me once, you were telling me you were giving me kind of like a prescription, right? So like a pill, like a spell, like here's what we're going to do. And I was like, well, what if I don't have, cinnamon or whatever? And you were like, well, what do you think our ancestors did? You're going to find something that works for you. You're going to find something that you have in your cabinet. You're not going to go to the store. You're going to go figure out, like, all right, what is similar to this? And then you're going to use it in that way. And it's
Amen.
not so much about the ingredients, about the intention. And that's something that I think is super key. A lot of people think that spiritual protection and preparation for these kind of things, it has to be this long, drawn out, ritualized affair. And it can be something as simple as just taking a shower with some eucalyptus and some lavender. It can be as simple as just, adding lavender body wash to your shower. It can be as simple as, making sure you get that lavender Febreze and you're spraying it around your home when you're cleaning normally. It doesn't have to be a big production. It doesn't have to be something where the heavens open up and,
Right.
himself speaks directly to you and says, you have my protection, my child. Like, it doesn't have to be that.
Exactly. And you can definitely tell April's one of my girls, and he's talking about the lavender on everything. My husband says I'm like the Frank's hot commercial lady. You know how she talks about Frank's hot sauce, or that she put that shit on everything. He says I'm that way when it comes to lavender. I said because it's a lot more powerful than people give. You
Mm,
know, put it this way, people: lavender, especially lavender mixed with lilac. Oh,
yeah.
not only does that beautiful and that's great for love spells, but guess what? It's great for banishing and
Hmm.
keeping out anything malevolent and everything.
Yeah,
I thought you
absolutely.
only told me about the lavender thing. I don't.
No, lavender is a
I
big deal.
carry the little roller ball with me. That's a thing.
I got plumeria right here. It's sitting right here beside me. A little
Ooh,
bottle
I
of
can't. I
plumeria
can't
oil.
do plumeria, but lavender. I haven't tried lavender and lilac. That's gonna have to be a thing.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Yeah, I like Florida water too. I just like the smell. I
Oh,
think
I
it
love
smells
the
clean
smell.
and citrusy. I like it. So I use it a lot. I use it to wash the floors. I might put it in a little bit of the laundry just in case, if there's something super funky in there, I'll put it in the spray bottle,
Right?
spray my shoes. Like I do all sorts of stuff with it. But I mean, it's just really a great multi-purpose and it's not expensive. You can get it from Amazon, really.
Sure,
Um,
you can get
so
it cheaper through Walmart.com, baby.
yeah, just you can get it anywhere.
Uh-huh.
So find something that works for you. I think that's important advice, and that was something that changed, like I said, my evolution of coming to blossoming in my spirituality. You'll say,
Right. Mama Con says Fabuloso. Yep, Lavender Fabuloso.
oh
Yes.
yeah, I
Oh,
love
shoot.
Fabuloso.
My Abuelita, her favorite combo was mixing Florida water and Fabuloso together as her cleaning solution for the house and everything every Saturday, right after watching Walter Mercado. Mucho, mucho, mucho amor. Shh, cállate, Capricornio. Shh, ojito, shh, cállate.
Such a character.
But so the thing is, that I never met the woman. I did the impression and everything of what I heard in my head, and my papi told me he could see my grandmother, but just a light version.
Hmm.
Ooh.
That's why I know, like you said before, bringing on your ancestors when you're going to, as your protection, especially your beloved ones that protect you and everything. For you guys, when you do that, do you do certain type prayers, um, like in your before you go to location or when you get to location?
For me, I typically try and call out as many of them as I can by name. I've got my genealogy going all the way back to like the 400s.
Oh wow,
So yeah, I've got my
go
genealogy
girl!
back a long way. So I try as much as possible to call on them individually when I can. And there's certain ones that I feel resonate with me a little bit more than others. I mean, quite frankly, there's some back from the 400. I have no idea what their personality was, but the ones that are, from the 1800s on, I kind of have a pretty good idea of what their personality was. So I like to call them to me specifically, and then there's no specific prayers that I do. I just kind of flood flood my aura with them, if you will. It's kind of a weird way to say it, but that's how it feels.
Yeah, I kind of chant. I don't really like pray, just kind of like chant like under your breath and like not like anything.
Yeah, she does. She sounds crazy. No, I'm just
Yeah, I just talk to myself.
Honey,
Um,
that's still a prayer. You
yeah.
said
well,
tomato,
yeah,
I said tomato, honey. We all have different ways of praying, you know.
that
Just
is
because it
true.
doesn't sound like something coming out of a Christian church, don't mean it's not a prayer, baby.
True. True.
Very true. I think one of the big things too about being prepared to go on a hunt is that you don't go alone and you go with people that I don't I, that I don't want to say compliment you, but that maybe you guys complement each other's strengths. Like when you can find people like that. Like April and I were bonded from like the very first moment we met each other.
Trauma ball.
So over the phone, over the phone. And then she fell in love with my tattoo and it was just love at
Yep.
first sight.
You
Um,
would love her tattoo.
but
She's got a veve on her
Mm.
arm.
oh yeah, my oops, let me figure out how to move my arm. My sacred Marasa tattoo.
All right.
It's they're twin deities because I have an identical twin. And that's kind of another thing what I mean about complementary personalities.
Yeah.
I desperately want my twin to come on a ghost hunt with me because whether I believe it internally for real or not, multiple people have said that I would have the ability. I do have some psychic like energy. And I think that it's because of Holly and I. And I think that if we were together on a ghost hunt, I think we would be
Twins
more
were made for
powerful
that. Yeah.
together.
Oh yeah. I strongly believe that. See, everyone has natural abilities. Some people's are just more naturally developed than others, but you can train yourself. Um,
Mhm.
I do have a playlist on my YouTube channel for helping advance your psychic abilities, opening up the third eye, and all that kind of. I even got one to help develop your telekinesis abilities. But
Ooh.
definitely, like you guys have been talking about, having that bond and being able to click and work with each other like that and everything. Because trust me, if you guys have any underlying problems at all and you go into a negative place that has something majorly malevolent, guess what they're going to take advantage of? I've seen teams torn apart because of places like that
Yeah.
and everything. You know, I literally see all hell break loose. And that's why it's so crucial to have, like you said, that bond and everything, you know and having that psychic connection with your twin will be even more to your advantage for spiritual protection.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she won't do it. I think we're gonna have to, do
Surprise
some
her. Spring.
chloroform, put a bag over her head,
Like, hey, we're gonna
drag her to the Magnolia Inn.
Holly, we're gonna take you shopping the next time I come. We're taking you shopping, and we're gonna blindfold you because it's a surprise. So,
Yeah, like the good old fashioned, you gotta learn how to swim, push them in the deep end.
yeah.
Paddle,
That's right.
bitch. Here you go. But definitely, oh, real quick. Hi to Queen Cindy. She says, "Hi, ladies. Thank you for
Oh,
joining us." She's also one of our fellow readers there on Indigo Psychics. Again, quick shout out to my sponsor. I'm very blessed that the show through the ministry is sponsored by Indigo Psychics, which I am proud to be a part of. And remember, people, if you want a session from now on, that's where you have to find me. My link to my extension is there in the description. And the number is 1-888-201-3925, and my extension is quadruple eight. So definitely, with everything that you guys have been through, what are some of the locations or has there been a location because of the type of energy and things that you had to deal with in the investigation? Would you not go back to?
Mm. There's nowhere that I wouldn't go back.
Okay.
At least not for like any reason other than like, oh, it was, I didn't feel anything, or I mean, and even then, there's only probably one location I would think of that I thought was just honestly kind of built up to be way more than it actually was, and somebody had tried to make some claims, and no, I'm not falling for that. But anyway, there's none that I wouldn't go back to, but there is one that has always been really, I've been really connected to, and I've been lucky every single time that I've been there to have these intense experiences. And I even was able to capture, I was able to take a selfie with the spirit, which is something that I always try and do, because why not? And I actually got one this time. You can see it very clearly in the background. So, and that would be the St. Albans Sanitarium in Radford, Virginia.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that one is very close to me, and every single time I go there, I have these insane experiences. And there's, I think, one particular entity that is very connected to me. So enjoyable.
If you guys next time you're in the Virginia area, you guys got to look up the sisterhood of magic and wonder and
Mhm.
everything. They
Oh
go
yeah,
to St.
actual
Albans all the
Misty.
time. Misty, yeah, the Connor sisters and everything.
Mhm.
Um,
Pat Boussard, yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, Pat O'Keefe and everything. Definitely, that would be an awesome. Guys do like a group investigation thing together
Hmm.
and record it and stuff. Oh, that would be phenomenal. I definitely would
Oh,
watch that.
RP.
All you ladies together.
I love Misty and Ashley. They are fantastic. I can't get enough of them.
Oh, they're a trip. I love their little TikToks and stuff. I
Yeah.
only get to see them on like Facebook and the Instagram because I'm actually not a big TikTok fan. But real quick, Sister, who I just had on last week, she says peace, peace, and good evening to everyone. She's glad to join you, even if it's late. Girl, it's better late than never, honey. We
That's
call
right.
it being
That's
all
right.
queens are never late, honey.
That's right.
Everyone else is
Totally
fashionably
correct.
early. And she also is another one of our advisors on Indigo Psychics. So guys, definitely check her out. Her extension is 0202, and Queen Cindy, she is extension 1976. So definitely go to indigopsychics.com. Check out our people. They're not just readers, but they're also spiritual life coaches, manifestation coaches. And if you're a first time caller, your first 5 minutes are free. So you
Ooh.
can't beat it, guys. And make sure you use that promo code 1111 for your discount if you're a first time caller. And definitely with you guys have coming up, what's your next big investigation you guys are looking forward to go do?
Oh man, there's so much coming up in the future. Like the future is very bright from this perspective. Okay, so we have, like Heather said before, we have our yearly girls trip that we try and do. This time it's going to be on the East Coast. Last time it was in Texas. And we get in usually between 5 and 7 different locations, and we'll film, record, do a bunch of stuff. Dude, I still have recordings that I need to go through from our last one, because it's just basically, pardon my French, but balls to the wall for like 10 days. And we just go to all these different locations and investigate every single night. And it's wild. And that's kind of how we maintain everyone, is we have everybody come in. So it's all of us together. And that's where we do training and all sorts of stuff too. Everybody tries out equipment. It's a whole thing. Heather, by the way, is the queen of equipment.
I gotta have that.
The gadget.
She's got to have her
I
toys.
love it.
And
Gotta have it.
But so we've got that coming up, hopefully in October or maybe even November. We might have to push it a little bit. And then after that, October, I'm also looking at doing a haunted history workshop here for junior ghost hunters at one of the local public libraries. We'll see if that comes to fruition, but that is the goal. And then we have another goal that we've already established as well. And this is actually going to be, well, I told Heather a little bit about it, but in the next year and a half. So we're not looking at spring of 2023. We're looking at spring of 2024. So I guess that would be 2 years. We are going to have a paranormal convention here in Augusta, Georgia. We're going to bring in all the talent that we possibly can. It's going to be wild. And I've already started talking to a lot of the local businesses and trying to get support. And it seems like Augusta is really ready for, I mean, it's such a historical city. Augusta, Georgia used to be the kingdom of the South back in the day, because it was kind of the crossroads for a lot of the cotton plantations, but also peach orchards and things like that. So it was really kind of a confluence of the South here. And I think that we have so much history that needs to be honored, and honored in an appropriate way. So we absolutely want to do that. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do a paranormal convention. We're going to talk about the actual history of a lot of the town. And we're going to do some walks to kind of honor the people that have come before us and the ancestors. So.
Can my greedy ass be a part of it? Because I can tell you some paranormal experiences that I had when I was in junior ROTC back in high school at Fort Gordon during summer camp, girl.
Absolutely.
Ooh-wee. Them barracks are haunted. Them old barracks.
I work in those old barracks
Girl.
right now. Oh yeah, we've got a spirit there. I call him Philip. And sometimes he'll be nice and turn the lights on for me, but sometimes he turns the lights off, and that's not nice. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, you say that like you actually had a choice.
Exactly. And the barracks that we were staying in and everything, we definitely had a gentleman, and this all the way during summer camp, when they broke everyone into companies, all the boys stayed in their they had a barrack for each company, and then the girls stayed in their own barracks and everything. And the barracks we stayed in, we definitely had a couple gentlemen in there that were watching, especially during shower time, and thought that staying up for late night fire watch and all that stuff, thought it was fun to talk with us and everything.
Yeah. I literally work in those barracks. I'm not joking. I work in the barracks you're talking about. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, girl. That's like, so. Yeah. If you wouldn't mind having me be a part of it, I would love to come be a part of that, girl.
In a heartbeat. There's no one I would rather have. In fact, I'm going to need your help. I mean, like I always do. Like that's normal. That's normal for us. But yeah, I'm definitely going to need your help, and I would love to have you be a part of it and make sure that we're doing things right, and we're not just going to be some place where people come to just do the Ghost Adventures thing and be all macho and who. We ain't gonna do that. No, we ain't doing it.
It's gonna be awesome. I mean, I'm even allowing myself to go on public hunts, and I vowed never again. So never again.
Yeah, I don't blame you, because there's too many egos. People keep on trying to add me to their paranormal stuff all the time, and I see the foolishness in who they interact with, and it's like, I don't want to be a part of this. Bye, y'all. See you later. And the majority of the time, they're always led by men.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're all in there for their egos, because they're trying to be out the supposed king. I ain't even saying name, but you mentioned his show several times.
Yeah. And I actually like him. I don't have a problem with him. I think he's got his merits, and one of them being that he's not afraid to try new things, which I think that more people should embrace. Right. But I think that sexism in general in the paranormal is a huge problem to begin with. And it's not just people that want to go out there and want to be all macho hua. It's also people that are like legitimate predators and that are trying to prey on people's interests. You have these people that in a lot of different communities, you have people that are super interested in the paranormal, and they want to come to a hunt, and they go out to a public hunt. And with these public hunts come these guest investigators, these celebrity investigators. And number one, they're having to pay an exorbitant sum for the actual public hunt, which, fine. If that's an experience you want to have, go forth and conquer. But the celebrity, the celebrity or the guest investigators, most of the time are just trolling for, whatever they want to do for the night. And it's just kind of like, it's super gross. Super gross. We have a huge problem with that in the paranormal.
I know, and that's what Like I said, it just oh rubs me the wrong way when all that foolishness going on still. You think now, being in the 21st century, there would be a much more advancement, and that's why I am so proud of what you girls are doing
Oh,
and everything, showing the actually intellect and respect that deserves of the dealing with the paranormal world, not just going in there to rub your ego and everything, like look at me and everything, and like you said, too many egos are going on, and I'll change the subject real quick because that's how bad it irritates me and everything, because of seeing that type of sexism still going on to this day. I've dealt with it many times, and racism
yeah,
and everything.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, even in, like we were talking about before the show, I even dealt with racism in the spirit world.
Hmm.
Motherfucker asking me if I'm a slave. Bitch, please.
Yeah, honestly, there aren't enough women of color, and really people of color, period, in the paranormal community. Um, I have several friends, and I feel really lucky to have them. But you know, perhaps that is some of it is how do we reach those types of communities in order to spread that interest? And I think one of the things that I've the reason we're doing the public hunt at the library and things like that is because I think that a lot of that can be introduced through science. Because if you're going to go and you're going to do a ghost hunt, not only is it a really interesting topic, you're dealing with something that's kind of a little taboo and therefore super interesting, but you've got to do critical thinking because you've got to, assess evidence. You've got to think about physics. You've got to think about research methods. You've got to think about biology. Biologically, do the things that are being talked about make sense? All of the past information on this. You've got to understand the history of a location and be able to come up with all that stuff and put it together in a well thought out report. But you never know you're doing it because it's so fun. I hope. Fingers crossed. That's the way it's going to be.
Definitely with me and everything. I always have fun. Like when we went to this one investigation down in Iowa, um, Edinburgh, the asylum down there, they actually had called me queen
Oh,
on the yeah, it came up actually on the machine because um I had made up a spiritual spray for the whole team to keep us constantly cleansed, especially every time we were done doing um filming and everything inside the asylum itself. The whole property of the whole place and everything is haunted as hell. And it was just very interesting. Every spray bottle that we had that I had touched would jam.
hmm.
When they touched them, it was fine. So finally, we were in the abandoned kitchen area of the asylum, and I found a multi-purpose bottle, and I called on the walkie-talkies for everyone to meet me in the kitchen area. And everyone still had all their EVPs and their voice boxes and stuff still open. And I took everyone's stuff and put it in the spray bottle, and it was a mixture of pine salt because it has real pine essential oil, crushed up dragon's blood, um, and then the Better Home and Gardens room spray that has the patchouli and sandalwood um, and frankincense all blended together in the spray bottle. And it came right up on the radar, the one demonic entity that's in the place, breathing right on my neck. He's known as the Orderly. He has a thing for raping teenage girls and killing them. They caught up with him and killed him and everything. And he still haunts the place. And I had to sit there and spray in the area of what it is, and it came up on the things. You hear this ow, burn, ow, burn. And then after that, I had went and taken a nap, and it was around midnight, and they wanted to go back in, and the one lady had brought her 16-year-old daughter. This was her first investigation.
Oh man,
Her,
it's a bad recipe.
yes, and this little girl is a Pisces with a Scorpion rising, and so
Okay,
she
so
is majorly psychic, walking little, key to the world, if you know what I mean. And she comes in and she's like, Miss Patience, can you wake up? And I said, what's wrong, baby? We want to go in there. And they tried to go investigating while I was napping, and they had nothing but problems. Anything and everything that's nasty in the place was messing with them. But for some reason, when I walked into the place with them, they all behaved. And so I got up, and we're sitting in our circle, and dude called himself the cowboy, standing right behind my neck and kissed me on the back
Oh,
of my neck. And I was like, motherfucker, if you do that one more time and interrupt me while I'm having my coffee and my cigarette, don't let me wake up. I'm gonna spray this Florida water on you, and I'm gonna send you back to hell where you came from. All of a sudden, he just disappeared off the radar and everything. Because one of our people had a the radar called Ghost Radar, and you could see where he was standing right behind me on the thing. And then as we were walking back into the place, and one of the people said, "Oh, hail the queen bee," because of my nickname, and it
mhm.
came up on the EVP thing saying, "Hail the queen."
Oh, that's awesome.
I said, "Okay, I ain't gonna play, motherfuckers. Here I come."
You're qualified in both the physical realm and the spiritual. They just did it.
Oh shoot! We were down. The one lady, Miss Susie, she has a restaurant in Rosemount, which is a suburb of St. Paul. And this place used to be farmland before it became a strip mall. And then the bathroom's literally a vortex of the property.
Hmm.
And they literally called me out on the voice boxes. They said, "Hey, Smith, call me by my maiden name, Miss Florida, where I'm from originally. It's time to prove yourself." It was literally popping off everyone's machines to make a full sentence.
Bring it on.
It's like, okay, bring it. You know exactly this, what I said to him and everything. I said, you know who I am. I ain't playing with your fucking
Yeah,
asses.
exactly. See, exactly. That's the attitude. That's it. That's
And
what you
it's
need to
nothing
do.
coming from ego. Exactly. You don't come from ego, but you come from that confidence. No, motherfuckers, I'm the baddest bitch in this place and everything.
That's
And you
right.
come correct to the queen.
You will
Otherwise,
stand
I
up
will send you
to
back to where you
nonsense.
came from because you're not. We. I come here in respect. You will show me the same respect
That's right.
because people need to understand spirits. Just because the physical body has died and gone doesn't mean they are stupid now. Okay, us that entity, that ghost, is conscious energy, and it's very still intellectual, just like if they were alive. All right, and I hate when people come in and they literally down talk, like just because someone is not in the physical realm and everything, like they're stupid or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in an asylum for people who are on the autistic spectrum, I can understand. If
Yeah.
you're talking to someone at that mental level, but in other places, you got to show that person the same respect as if they were in the flesh.
Absolutely.
Especially, like especially in them old plantation homes, and the plantation owner's still there. You got to show him respect as owner of that land. Just like the ancestors originally of someone's land and everything. You got to show that respect.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't think I'm not going to be respectful. I'm not going to be respectful of that. We can have other conversations, but I'm not going to like.
In
I will
the
walk.
in the
I'll walk
plantation,
in your plantation home, and I'm going to put my feet on the table because you need to know where you are in conjunction with this whole situation. Absolutely not. No. I mean, people, ghosts are people too, right? And when you're dealing with people, you got people that are super nice that are good in life and do good things, and then you got people that are assholes. And if you're an asshole, you're an asshole, and I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to show you respect. Like if you're an asshole, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, and that's why you had to go into those places. So when you know you're dealing with that type of negative situation, you got to have that confidence. It's like I'm here showing respect. Don't fuck with me. You will show me the same respect, and if you can't, I will make you leave. Like I had one of my baby girls in Minneapolis, um, bought herself one of the old Victorians that used to be a very posh, all white neighborhood back in the day,
Yeah.
and the old owner, original owner of the home, was haunting the place, and he could not stand that a black woman bought his house.
Oh, that the place.
Oh
Get
my
out of
gosh, he
the
was
house.
causing all kind of physical problems to her kids and her and everything because he wanted her out of that house so bad.
Bind it. Bind
And
it.
so taught her how to cleanse the house and, claim it back to be her own and everything because it had shown proof in the reading that if she, puts in that spiritual work, she will be able to cleanse him out and claim that place as her own. And she has me on speakerphone and she's going all through all daintily, like, okay, you gotta go now. I said, what the hell are you doing? Well, I'm afraid to stir it. I said, bitch, is this your house? I said, is he not throwing stuff around your home and everything? Well, tell the
Mhm.
motherfucker, if you're capable of throwing stuff around my house, you can clean my home. Because since you ain't paying the rent, you ain't paying the electric and everything, you can at least clean and cook.
Yep.
If you're capable of slamming and opening up doors, slamming and opening up cabinets and all that stuff, you might as well grab yourself the mop and vacuum and clean the fucking house. Guess what,
Absolutely.
buddy? This ain't your home anymore. You had
Mhm.
your turn. This is my home now. You need to go. If you cannot be here and be kind and peaceful and add to the loving energy of this home, there's the door.
Yeah. You want to, I mean, it's one of those things, fuck around and find out, right? So, get a little tiny vanity mirror, bind him to the mirror, put it into a shoebox, take a nice Polaroid picture of my ass. I'm going to tape it to the lid of the shoebox. We're going to bind that shoebox, then we're going to bury it. And bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Say hello to your eternity. It's my ass. Kiss it. Like,
Can you not tell that's my baby right there?
I don't know what you're doing. You do worse.
Oh shit. Um.
Heather put other
Well,
things inside the box. Something that
well,
John knows
I
about
have.
very well. It was something
Okay,
that
April. First
did.
of all, is the one that made the jar last time for someone who needed to face their comeuppance. You know what I'm saying?
She threw it in the river. You were complicit.
Oh, we chunked that in the river. I also I did not feel like that worked because I never saw any results from that, which could have worked, and we just didn't know about it, obviously, because
We just have a
we
dark
don't want
web.
to be around that negative energy. But no, so I took it into my own hands and I, printed off a picture from LinkedIn, got a couple of books, figured out what to do, stuffed my own doll, and it now resides in a shoebox in a very dark place. And every once in a while, I just kind of like, you know, poke something into it, tie something onto it. I just stick it back in that box. And
Girl, do me a favor.
eventually, April's got to
Take that
go
damn
bury it
doll,
in their
girl.
house.
Take that doll, and you need to go burn it right now during this retrograde, okay?
Mm.
Because
Oh,
you messing with it and having that burn, you're just feeding it. All right.
well,
You're,
so
you need to treat it like it doesn't exist. They don't exist. That's how you
yeah.
diffuse all that stuff.
So I
Kid.
need
Mindset.
April to
You
go
get
bury it at their house. I'll
Hey, ship it. Ship the shit.
nope.
ship it to you.
Burn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if
I'm
I
serious.
put it in a Faraday bag?
No, burn it during the retrograde
Baby girl.
because
Although
Burn
I
it.
don't think, although I
Listen
will
to
say
me.
this.
Listen to me. We have a blood moon coming up on the 16th in
Mhm.
Scorpio. Burn it during the full moon.
All right.
Scorpio.
What do
Trust
I do
me.
with the ashes? Leave them in the yard?
Take a shit on it. Sorry.
Flush them.
Toss them at the crossroads.
Got it.
Yeah.
Full
But
moon.
I will
burn
say, I think it worked because we definitely saw a result
I
that
think we did.
happened to that person where the lack of integrity and the questionable actions were beginning to be investigated. But I think the outcome was not.
To seal the deal, burn the doll during the blood moon, baby.
Maybe that'll work.
See, right there. It's your mindset. You need to call me and have a session, baby.
Oh, I
Yes, yeah.
know. It's been too
And you're
long.
not doing your lavender like you're supposed to. Middle of forehead, left and right side, back of your neck, left and right side. Especially before you go into an investigation. Give you mental clarity and focus, keep the anxiety away, the depression away, and nothing malevolent can attach itself to you. And also, if that's not strong enough, mix the lavender with frankincense. And then at night, do the lavender and cedarwood oil to help release any of that trauma from childhood. Because one of those things when you're going to investigations and everything, if you have any subconscious fears or traumas that you have not dealt with, something nasty and malevolent will use it against you, baby. And that's why I do, like I teach about this, using the subliminals while you sleep. I have great ones to help remove that. Listen to the 528 frequency, which does the DNA repair. Cedarwood, if you look it up, on the medicinal level, helps you release down to the cellular level any form of trauma. And mind you, cells do not know time. Trauma is trauma. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's most recent or if it's from the past or if it's from past life. So get into listening to those subliminals, my babies. You just put it where you just barely hear it and go to sleep. It's that simple. Especially before you go into an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And many a times I would listen to the frequencies and everything helping with spiritual protection and stuff while you sleep. Like the 417, the 432, definitely any of the ones that help clear out like the crown chakra. I have a whole list for that and everything. And mind you now, people, these playlists that are on the YouTube channel, I use them for myself. These are my personal playlists. The only videos on my YouTube channel are Spiritual Tea Time with Reverend Patient. Everything else is somebody else's video. Okay. I do it daily for myself. It's very simple. You just put on what you need to work on, whether it's dealing with spiritual stuff, whether it's dealing with financial or your self love or your self care. And you just put it on either during the day to help flip the script, get you out of that negative mindset. Because many a times, reason why we're not manifesting what we need and everything, like our spiritual protection or the manifestation of a job or a home or a lover or whatever it is that we want to manifest, is because of our mindsets. We got to stay positive. So when we're dealing with negative people, many a times we don't need to be doing no work on them. You just take the machete, you take the knives, you take the needles, whatever they have done, and you hand it over to your ancestors and let them deal with it. And trust and believe me, if they deem fit, they will take a motherfucker out. Trust and believe me, I'm talking true story, baby. I've seen it happen to more than one that unjustifiably did stuff against me and my family. So definitely make sure you guys work daily on keeping up that spiritual protection. You don't have to be in the paranormal to do that. The spirit world, like we talked about, is all around us, people. Girls, real quick, because I just realized what time it is. We've been having so much fun. It's almost 60 minutes. Woohoo! Real quick, let everyone know how they can get a hold of you if they want need. Do you guys go to people's houses and do investigations besides locations?
Absolutely. Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
We're invited.
Yep. We're like vampires. We got to be invited first.
Right. But definitely, if someone wants to reach out to you guys, how would they get a hold of you?
So we do have a Facebook page. Honestly, the most content though, or the best way to get a hold of me, is going to be through Freaks and Geeks, which is my podcast, along with several other people, and Heather's been on it as well. Heather's actually our most popular episode. I mean, you can see why. Like, she's fucking fabulous. So, you can reach us there at Freaks and Geeks, and it's FREQ, just like frequencies. We have a web page, we have a Patreon, we have a Tumblr, we have Instagram, like literally you name it. We even have a TikTok. Hey, OnlyFans might be next. We don't know, let's not
Right?
limit ourselves. So that's the best way to get a hold of me. You can always Facebook friend me as well and shoot me a message too. But yeah.
Awesome, girls.
Find
Thank you
April, you'll
again.
find me.
What now, honey?
I said, find April, you'll find me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Again, girls, thank you for being on the show. It's been such an honor, to see you grow and see the beautiful queens that you're growing into. Keep up the great work. Keep up what you're doing and keep me updated about, Augusta. I would be, I will do whatever I got to do to be there. I'm serious. I want to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm so excited. Now I'm getting like a schoolgirl. Again, everyone, thank you for tuning in tonight. Just want to let you all know, won't be doing a show next week live because I'm going on my honeymoon. But
Ooh.
tune in the 25th as I will bring Lady Morgana Starr of Angel Oasis out of Cocoa, Florida. Be talking about the angels and tarot readings and crystals and all kinds of glorious things. So definitely, everyone, stay blessed. Work on that self-care, work on that self-love, stay up with your spiritual protection, and keep loving everybody. Make sure you tell them every day that you can, that you love them. Thank you, girls, for tuning in tonight. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.